go. Yo, guys, welcome to part 2 of our practice review. Now let's take a look at the contractions for the present perfect. Of course, the auxiliary verb for that is have and has, but the pronunciation sometimes could get us a little mixed up there. So when we have this v, this is produced by your upper teeth touching the lower lip. V. So you're gonna quickly touch with your upper teeth. Quickly touch like that. V, to make the sound, to make that sound. So you're gonna say here, I've. So it's gonna be like saying it like this. Everybody say it. I've. Very good. You, here you're gonna say it like this. You've. Right? Here you're gonna say they've. And for we have, you're gonna pronounce it we've. Let's try, guys. I've. You've. They've. We've. All right, good. Now over here, check this one out. For the he has, you're gonna pronounce it with a Z sound. So you're gonna say he's. Everybody say he's. And here you're gonna pronounce it she's with a Z sound. She's. Good. And with the it has, it's just gonna be an S sound. So it's just gonna be it's. Can you say it's? Now we gotta use the participle verb. So we gotta say I've gone, I've troubleshooted. All right, I've troubleshooted. I've updated. How do you say actualizar, guys? Update, but in the participle, updated. Right? How do you say descargar? Download. But in the participle, downloaded. Right? Okay. And how do you say the participle of sell? Sold. Okay, let's practice. This is going to help you with your pronunciation. Who wants to have good pronunciation? Yeah, you want to speak like a gringuito? Let's go. Remember to say I've. Everybody say I've gone. Good. I've troubleshooted.
I've
troubleshooted.
I've updated.
I've updated.
I've downloaded.
I've downloaded.
I've sold.
I've sold.
You've gone.
You've gone.
You've troubleshooted.
You've troubleshooted.
You've updated.
You've updated.
You've downloaded.
You've downloaded.
You've sold.
You've sold.
Come on, team. Let's perfect your pronunciation. They've gone.
They've gone.
They've troubleshooted.
They've troubleshooted.
They've updated.
They've updated.
They've downloaded.
They've
downloaded.
They've sold.
They've sold.
Good. Now I want you to practice with we've. Let's say we've gone.
We've gone.
We've troubleshooted.
We've troubleshooted.
We've updated.
We've updated.
We've downloaded.
We've downloaded.
Good. We've sold.
We've sold.
Okay, we got 3 more. Now remember to say he's. Okay, let's go. He's gone.
He's gone.
He's troubleshooted.
He's troubleshooted.
Great. He's updated.
He's
updated.
Great. He's downloaded.
He's
He's
downloaded.
downloaded.
He's sold.
He's
He's
sold.
sold.
Now with the feminine. She's gone.
She's gone.
He's done.
She's troubleshooted.
She's
She's troubleshooted.
troubleshooted.
She's updated.
She's updated.
She's downloaded.
She's
She's
downloaded.
downloaded.
She's sold.
She's sold.
And now let's use the object for objects. Singular. It's gone.
It's gone.
It's troubleshooted.
It's
It's troubleshooted.
It's updated.
It's updated.
It's
Outdated.
downloaded.
It's
It's
downloaded.
downloaded.
It's sold.
It's sold.
Sold.
Okay, great guys. Now remember to use this correct pronunciation so your English sounds much clearer. I like your pronunciation, guys. Now let's go to the activity. Would you mind loading the activity, please? Let's do it together. Okay, here we go. Now the instruction is that we must use the contraction. Now, guys, you got to watch out. If you're doing a call center exam or a university exam or a placement exam or whatever type of exam, you got to make sure that you use apostrophe, okay? Because many times a lot of people don't pass the exams because they don't use the apostrophe, or the cell phone automatically puts in the accent, el acento, right? Especially if you're living in Guatemala, you get the accent automatically, and it's a different symbol. In the computer, the code for the apostrophe is Alt 39 on the keyboard for the computer. You understand? So it has a different code. So the computer recognizes this differently from this. So you got to make sure that when you do your exams, that you don't use the accent. That's going to affect your contractions and affect your score, right? So for tonight, let's practice. This is not an exam. This is a practice to prepare you for your call center exams and whatnot. Okay, so let's practice with contractions. Here, we're only going to write the auxiliary and the participle. Let's begin. So what's the contraction here? I've been. Everybody? I've been. Number 2?
I've sung.
I've sung, right? I've sung the Canadian national anthem for the class before. Oh, Canada. Right? Karen Betsabe knows about it. Number 3, he sent a dossier through email this morning. So what's the contraction here?
Is
He's, and the verb? Sent. He sent. Okay, everybody say, hey, listen guys, write this down. This is some interesting vocabulary, which I'm going to share with you. So take some notes. So how do you say expediente? You say dossier. Dossier. Listen to the O. Dossier. Expediente. So he's sent the dossier through the email this morning. So what does that mean? Ha enviado el expediente. Let's say that word, guys. Very useful. I was teaching some students last week that they work in offices and things like that. So it's a very useful word. Let's say it, guys. Dossier.
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 That's right. Now, interesting note on the word dossier. Did you know that 20 to 25% of English vocabulary is of the French language? So 25 to 30% of the words that we use in English originate from French, the French language. So the word dossier is also a French word that we use in English. Now, the reason being that is that the Normans, there was these kings, these French kings, which were called the Normans. These Normans, they invaded England And they stayed in England for over 200 years or so. So you can imagine that, right? When the boss speaks French, everybody else has to speak French. And that's one of the reasons why French is, there's a lot of French vocabulary in English. And it's due to the fact that these Normans, they they governed England for over 200 years, and that's why a lot of French vocabulary is used. And we'll take a look at some other examples in just a moment, but just some information on why English spelling, you go like, wow, the spelling, right? The spelling is so difficult. And the reason of that is that many of the vocabulary words that we use are either French, Greek, Latin, or they have some other origin. So that's one of the reasons why English spelling is so difficult sometimes to the way that we pronounce it. Okay. All right. So that's dossier. Let's go to number 4. She drive to the city of Portland many times. What's the contraction, guys? She's driven. Come on, don't be afraid to say it. Everybody say driven.
driven,
That's right. So we have drive. What is the past tense of drive?
drove,
Drove. And what's the participle?
driven.
Oh, I like your pronunciation. Who's pronouncing there? That's Prudence. All
That's
right,
me.
Prudence. You rock, bro. Everybody, let's say drive, drove, driven.
Drive, drove, driven.
Beautiful. Let's go to number 5, guys. We visit Colombia twice in 2023. What's the contraction there? We've
We've
Very
Visited.
good. I see Prudence is practicing there. Everybody should be practicing, team. We've visited. Everybody, we've visited. We've
visited.
Yeah, we've visited Colombia. How do you say 2 times? Twice. Okay, write these down. How do you say 1 time?
Once,
Once. How do you say 2 times?
twice,
How do you say 3 times? Thrice. How do you say 4
Third.
times? How do you say 4 times?
fourth.
That good one.
Fourth.
No, you only say 4 times. How do you say 5 times? 5 times. That's it. So we only have once, twice, thrice. All right, make some notes. Make some notes. Let's increase our vocabulary. C1, C1, C2 level. Let's go. Okay, let's go back here. I'll put this down here so you guys can write it. Okay, number 6. They go vacation to Honduras 3 times. So what's the contraction? They've
They've gone.
got the O changes. Listen to the O. Gone. Gone. They've gone.
Gone.
That's
Gone.
right. Number 7. It been a beautiful day. What's the contraction there? It's been. Oh, I just like how that sounds. Sounds like German. It's been. Im Anfang war das Wort und das Wort war das Gott und Gott war das Wort. Which means in the beginning there was the word and the word was with God and God was the word. Yeah, I learned that. That's all the German I know. But it sounds like German. It's been a beautiful day today, hasn't it? Number 8, you have a great time swimming this morning. What's the contraction there? You've what? Had. Yes. You guys absolutely need to learn this. You have had, you got to do that. That's the only way you're going to reach and speak advanced English. You need to use this verb.
You have had.
That's beautiful, Danny. You've had a great time swimming this morning. Number 9. What's this one? Finished. Don't be afraid of pronouncing regular verbs, guys. Don't be afraid of making mistakes. That's finished. It's like the letter T here. Finished. Okay? So don't say finish it. Number 10. Ah, this is a good one. This is a good one. Let's see who remembers. They seek the kingdom of God above all things. What is the contraction form? First of all, what's the contraction?
Dave.
That's right, Danny. And what's the participle?
South.
That's correct. Sought. What's the spelling? Sierra, Oscar, uniform, golf, hotel, tango. Sought. How do you say it? Sought.
Sought.
They've sought the kingdom of God above all things. So let's take a look at that verb seek, which means buscar. In English, the informal form is look for. You understand? What's the participle? Sought. I mean, the simple past and the participle is also sought. Everybody got it? That's a good verb. That's a good verb. That is a good, that's C1, guys. We need it. C1. Advanced vocabulary. Let's go to 11. He, what's the contraction? He's, and what's the form there? Taught. What is it, guys? He's taught. He's taught the students how to write in Hebrew. Taught. Number 12.
Taught.
What's the contraction for the auxiliary? She's what? Brought. Everybody? Brought. She's brought her entourage. Ah, here we go. This is a cool word. She's brought her entourage with her. Entourage. Entourage. How do you say acompañantes? You say entourage. We're going to put it here with a French word. So entourage means acompañantes. So imagine the ambassador of Argentina, right? Coming to Guatemala. So she's not going to come alone. She's going to come with her secretary, her first assistant, her second assistant, maybe her lawyer. So all those people that come with her are the entourage, or like we say in Spanish, acompañantes. Okay? Let's say it, everybody. That's a beautiful word. Everybody, entourage. Entourage.
Entourage.
Entourage.
Nice vocabulary, guys. So you have entourage. Let's review. So how do you say expediente? Dossier.
Dossier.
Good. Acompañantes. Entourage.
Entourage.
Oh, that sounds good. That sounds good. I like how you speak. Okay, let's go. Number 13. A successful negotiation. I'll give you a tip about that one in just a moment. But what's the contraction, people? It's been.
It's been.
Ha sido. It's been a successful negotiation. Now, let me give you a tip. Remember, this is another French word. Negotiation comes from the French. That's why the spelling, the most difficult words to spell in English are the ones of French origin, because they are totally different to how they're written. So, negociación, right? Negociación. Okay, so in terms of the pronunciation, let me give you a tip. Now, since we speak Spanish, we're gonna say, how do you say this in Spanish? Negó. Like ella negó. Everybody say negó.
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 Now, how do you say ella in English? She.
She.
Negó she. And how do you say a?
Negotiate.
Negotiate. Negotiate. Shin. Shin. The last syllable. Now try to say it. Yeah, practice.
Negotiation.
Practice.
Negotiation.
That's right. You see?
Negotiation.
That's, oh my God. Good pronunciation.
Negotiation.
Yeah, write it down. Write it down. Like we say here in Guatemala, chivito. Negotiation. Negotiation. Write it down. Like I told you, those French words are the most difficult ones to spell. Right? Okay, let's continue. Number 14. She, what's the contraction?
She's.
She's what?
About.
About.
Bought. She's bought many times. Number 15. What's the contraction? It's what?
It's
Flown.
flown.
Flown. Let's review. Come on, let's practice. What's the past tense? Fly. Past tense. I'm sorry. What is it? Fly, flow. No, what is it? Flew. And what's the other one?
Flow.
Flow. Yeah, you see? Fly, flew, flown. It was like Danny back in the, you should have seen Danny back in the early 2000s. He was like, his favorite song was R. Kelly. So Danny was always in his car. He was always like, I believe I can fly. I believe I can touch the sky. Come on, Danny. I dream about it every night and day. Come on, Danny. Spread my wings and fly away. Ah, come on. That's Danny's
I
favorite
know.
song.
I don't know the lyrics.
Ah, come on, Danny. Okay, let's go. Number 16. We climbed the volcano 3 times. What's the contraction?
We've
We've. All right, and come on, gringuitos.
climbed.
How do you pronounce that one? It's another French word, man.
Climbed.
Climbed. So the French, we used to have a French guy over here, and he explained to me that the French economize words, economizan muchas pronunciaciones. So here the letter B is silent, which means escalar. Okay, so you're gonna say climb, and imagine the letter B doesn't exist. So it's just there, right? It's just there. Solo está ahí. So you say, and don't pronounce it. So we're gonna say, I've climbed. Everybody, I've climbed.
I climbed.
I've climbed.
That's right. I've climbed. Now with volcano, you got to watch out with this one. Let me give you a tip with volcano. You're going to say vol, like Voltron. Everybody say vol.
Ball.
Now you're going to
Vol.
say K. K.
K.
Hey.
No.
No.
That's right. Volcano.
Volcano.
That's right.
Volcano.
Everybody write it
Volcano.
down. Write it down. Take some tips. Take some tips. Volcano.
We've climbed the volcano 3 times.
That's right. Wow, that's like a gringo right there. Careful, Prudencio. Somebody's going to confuse you, bro. Okay, let's move on. Number 17. We're almost finished here, guys. What's the contraction? He's given. He's given the people God's commandment. Whoa, give the God's commandment from Mount Zion, but Moses. Whoa. Can I get an amen? That's right. Whoa. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna. You know what's the next? You know what's the next evolution of a teacher, guys? The next evolution of a teacher is a preacher. So don't be surprised if you see Mr. East Church one day. Right? Yeah, I'm gonna send an invitation to everybody. Yo, man, come over here. Right? So we've got the evolution of a teacher is gonna be a preacher. That's when we have predicador, a preacher. I'm the teacher preacher. That's my new title, the teacher preacher, guys. Sorry. You know what's the difference between a teacher and a preacher? Well, the teacher shares information.
Teach.
Yeah, teaches, gives you information, right? The preacher also gives you information, but the preacher calls to action. So the preacher includes a message that is going to move you to take action. That's a preacher. Yeah, you don't need necessarily just be a preacher of God. You could be all types of preachers, you know. But a preacher is different from a teacher because a preacher moves you to action. You know, says something in the message that's going to change you and make you take action. All right, let's go to the next one. Let's talk about the embassy. We're going to say, what's the contraction there? It's
been.
been.
It's been.
It's been. It's been. It's been approved by the embassy. How do you say embajada, guys?
It's embassy.
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 That's right, the embassy. Now, embassy, I need to double check, but I'm also sure maybe this one is also French. But
Em-
here the letter A is embassy. Everybody say embassy.
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 That's right. So now the verb approve is very important for you to know because, you know, we do a lot of transactions in life, negotiations and whatnot. So we need this verb, which means aprobar. What is aprobar? Approve.
Approve.
That's right. Approve. And it's a regular verb. So in the past tense, we'll say approved. How do we say, guys? Approved.
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 Right. So your visa is approved. Yes or no? Yeah. Right?
I
Oh,
hope
yes.
so.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And also the opposite, what is it? Declined. Right? The opposite is what? Declined. Got it? All right. So, but in this example, it's been approved, right? Which means ha sido aprobada. Good for you.
Mhm.
Let's go to number 19. You've make a formal apology for the inconvenience. What's the contraction here, fellas?
You've
Yes, sir. You've made.
made
made
a
a
formal
formal
apology for the
apology.
inconvenience.
That's correct. Beautiful. We say apology. How do we pronounce this word? For the call center people, this word is
Apology.
important for you. Apology. Apology.
Apology.
Yes. So you're going to say very formal to your customer, allow me to make an apology. Allow me to make an apology. Wow. It's like a very formal, allow me to make an apology. Apology is definitely French. That one is French in origin. Okay? Apology.
Mhm.
Okay?
Apology.
That's, oh my God, you sound great, Betsabe. Okay, let's wrap it up with number 20. Okay, what is it there? I've
I've
thought.
thought.
Don't be afraid. Come on, say
I
it.
thought.
I thought.
I've thought.
Yeah,
I thought-
I thought about
I
it.
thought about it for
Lo he
many
pensado.
days.
How do you say lo he pensado? I thought about it.
I thought about it
I
for many
thought
days.
about it.
Yeah, I've thought about it for many days. Okay, boys and girls, so I hope that you learned something new in this lesson and reviewed some of the grammar. Remember that grammar is key to communicating effectively anywhere, not just in a call center, but anywhere. And also the origin of some French words that we use in English. I'm going to share with you a video that I did with a French professor that we had here a couple of years ago, in which we explain a lot of that stuff, if you want to look at it. But anyways, thank you so much for participating. This concludes our class for tonight. That's all I have. I have nothing more but to send you many blessings and wish you a good night. So I'll see you next time. Bye-bye. God bless you.
See you, coach.
See
See
ya
you,
then.
coach. See you, team. Bye.
Bye-bye.